The SIUE Cougars are leading the Missouri Valley Conference men's soccer standings here in 2014, and with just under a month to play in Missouri Valley Conference men's soccer to the conference tournament, we are excited to talk to the senior forward from the SIUE Cougars, Christian Volesky. Christian, how are things going over there in Edwardsville?
Going well. 4-0 conference. Couldn't be happier. We're looking forward to our next game against Missouri State. First, we got Louisville, taking game by game.
Yeah. Now you guys have obviously really turned on in conference play. As you said, you guys are undefeated so far with big matchup coming up with last year's regular season champs, Missouri State. But you obviously have Louisville coming up, who actually played Evansville. But I wanted to ask you guys about, you obviously started out a little slow in the non-conference, had some really tight matches, a lot of ties and things like that. But now in the conference play, you guys, like we said, we're 4-0. What's been the difference? Has it been the change of mentality, the change of the offensive strategy? What's been working for the Cougars so far?
I thought we were a bit unlucky in the non-conference games. In conference, we've kind of got our group together, and we've used our strength of schedule at the beginning of the year to get us through to the conference, and we're kind of showing what we were at the beginning of the year, what we expected to be in conference, being 4-0. And it was just a bit of unluckiness, and we're excited to move forward, and we're lucky that we are 4-0. We expect to keep going on and stay undefeated and get into the national tournament.
Yeah, and you talk about how you guys could be 4-0 or are 4-0 and going forward. Obviously, it really helps when you get prepared for the conference tournament. Obviously, having a higher seed, you guys would be able to bypass Wednesday and play on Friday. But you also have a very interesting situation there in your team. Had a coaching change, but you guys have two head coaches this year. Talk a little bit about what's been sort of the situation there with your team and what it's like to play for two coaches.
It's unique. You got Brian Jones, who brings he knows college soccer. He's been around for a while. He's very experienced, and you got David Korn, who's fresh, energetic, new into it, and doing really well with what he's given. I mean, couldn't ask for more from both of them. They're both good coaches, and they both bring something good to the table, and it's good to learn from both of them at the same time. I say David Korn has taken more of a head coach role. At the beginning of the year, Brian Jones told us that David Korn wasn't going to take the head coaching role, and Brian Jones just done a really good job to support him, as long as the rest of the staff.
Yeah. Now, do you ever have a situation where you're on the field, you hear one guy tell you to run left, the other guy telling you to run right?
Oh, that always happens, no matter what coach or whatever. It happens all the time, but they're good about it. I mean, one person usually talks, and you hear what you hear, but you play the game.
Yeah, absolutely. You individually, you've had some really good success this year, and throughout your career, actually. This year, you've been Player of the Week twice. You're preseason All-Conference, and as a senior, are you really taking on the leadership role on the field for the team?
Yeah, I try to. The out-and-out captain is Matt Polster, but I try to lead by example and point players in the right direction, kind of quarterback the team offensively and defensively, knowing what to do because I've been around so long and everything. But it's been a good experience for me, and just using my experience to my advantage is a great thing for us and for the team. Now,
you also have some experience with another sport, I found out. You've bounced the basketball before, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what was your previous experience with basketball? Were you this is going back high school, and what position you play, and what sort of success did you have there?
Oh, point guard, man. High school played. I loved it. Basketball was my first love, my favorite sport growing up. I don't know. I figured I wasn't going to make it professionally in basketball, so I switched to soccer. My soccer coach told me I needed to pick around 10th grade, so I made the decision to play soccer. And I don't know. I think I made the right decision, but basketball is my first love.
Okay, so that leads me to two questions for you. One, who was sort of one of the athletes that sort of inspired you on the basketball side, and then on the soccer side, an athlete that sort of has been one of your inspirations there?
Okay, well, dating way back, you got Kobe Jones. He was my first when I was about 8 years old. But
sure.
My favorite player right now is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He inspires me. I watch his videos all the time, keep up with his games. He's my favorite player to watch. From the basketball side, Steve Nash is my guy. He's a good point guard. He runs the point really well, and I base my game off him a little bit. But Allen Iverson was my first guy. I love watching Allen Iverson play basketball.
That's really interesting. When I was in college, same time, Allen Iverson was really popular. He was one of my favorite basketball players too. So we got something in common there.
Yep.
Finally, just to wrap up, your future plans. You mentioned you thought when you switched from basketball to soccer, you may have a future in soccer. Is that something you think you might be able to pursue going forward, or what do you think the future holds for Christian Volesky?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been a lifelong dream of mine to play professionally in professional soccer, no matter where it is, America, Europe, whatever it takes me. I mean, I'm working my butt off now to get to where I want to be, and that's been my lifelong dream. I'm gonna do what I can to get it.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Christian, thank you so much for taking time in your schedule again. We really appreciate it, and definitely wish you guys best of luck. And we'll most certainly see you guys at the conference tournament, November 12, 14, and 16, this year hosted by Bradley in Peoria. So it'll be a fun tournament. It always is. You guys have been in the thick of things in a few years. We're even runner-up in a shootout against Bradley. So it'll be fun this year. All the games on ESPN3, which the conference is really excited about. So Christian, have a good one, and we'll see you down the road.
Thank you. Looking forward to it. Bye.